Die Cutting Essentials magazine is here, and this is issue 77. Now, lots of ideas, but look what you get. You get the Peony Perfect. So this is one big piece with a very fancy edge along the outside frame. You also have some coordinating papers that are inside. Oh, I guess they are to download, so I stand corrected. Okay, let me show you what the magazine shows. And so you begin with hints and tips on using the cutting dies that you're going to get. And I have to say, they've done a wonderful job of different ways to use it. So using that frame to create an aperture or an opening, and then coloring the inside piece, so that's nice. Or just having that inside piece be foam taped on top of the frame. Lots of ways to use it. I think the colors are really fun, and using it into a gatefold card. So you're going to see some soft colors, you're going to see some bright colors. This I thought was interesting because it's taking that cutting die and using it and die cutting it and putting it onto solid cardstock to create kind of a background, and then coloring one of the flowers and putting it on top. So I thought that was very interesting and a clever idea. So it's nice because the ideas and techniques will expand the cutting dies that you have or stamps that you have. This is called a quilted look. So it's another way of using your cutting dies and products. So you get some step-by-steps here also. And we'll move on. Here is Lovely Layers. So while it's not using the die that comes in with it, it is using other dies. So the idea is to die cut one shape multiple times out of multiple papers and layering them. So layering them offset so that you can create some dimension. Certainly to do it with words, that is an easy one. I thought this was fun of layering these. This is an embroidery hoop, and actually we have had that embroidery hoop. So that's nice to see. It creates a really nice frame. Now again, this is the die cut. So you can see lots of different ways of coloring them, different color combinations, and that's always fun to see. And cutting the pieces apart, and I think sometimes we don't think about that, is that, you know, hey, this can be an element. You don't have to use it always as one piece, but picking and choosing and cutting it apart, there's some great ideas right there. This is called Flower Power, and it's an idea of using any die that has multiple pieces. So certainly our hydrangeas would be a good example of what she has been done right here. So it's called Die Cut Decor. I thought this was really pretty and just doing a beautiful look. Now we've got some dies, mostly I think from Crafter's Companion, that have this center, I think also Creative Expressions. So some interesting ways of stamping on either side. Again, you could use the cutting dies too. Here is Take a Letter, and certainly we have letter dies, and so some nice ways to use them. There's some more. Again, you can do the shaker cards. That's always fun. And let's see. Okay, here we have Grab Your Flip-Flop. So this is another style of card. You can see that it's going to spring open. So you're going to get step-by-step instructions of how to make it using dies, and then ideas of how to decorate too. So that's nice to see. Some fun ideas there, whether they pop out. Well, I guess they all do pop out. Okay, let's go here. Again, this is the Peony, a different color combination, and just really lovely. Again, cutting them apart, using the die as a background. Very pretty. So just lots of other ideas. So whether you die cut it out of one color, maybe sand the edges to get a little definition, or color them with markers, whatever you like. This is called Super Scallops, and I thought this was really fun and gives you some different ways of using that. We tend to think of them as frames, but here you can do some fun layering, especially offsetting those scallop circles. And of course, you know, we do have the Scallop Circles dies ready for you if you need them. And here we have a big rocker card out of the scallops, so that's fun. So Peony Perfect is what the panel is called, very versatile. And it is in Die Cutting Essentials issue 77, in stock right now, exclusively here at paperwishes.com.